Hi. I wanted to give you a desk tour or like a hobby craft table tour as a high school art teacher with ADHD who starts a lot of projects and tries to finish them, but let's be honest. Jumping into projects. So yesterday I found a bunch of scrap paper in my paper drawer and I wanted to do something with it because I also had some leftover envelopes from the Thanksgiving cards that I made. Let me show you because they're adorable. This is my two dogs, Winston and George. This is a collage I made on the Scroll app, SCRL, I believe. And then I just got them printed at Walgreens and sent them out. But anyway, they gave me a ton of extra envelopes. So, paper that I found. Excuse my dogs that are rustling in the background. So I am working on these little paper origami houses, and then I'm gonna mail them to like family and friends if I get them done. And you can see like on the inside, I started drawing. It almost looks like a dollhouse. So a little bit of context. I'm teaching a crafts class and we're learning bookbinding, and then I have like a functional student who's in my class, and so I had to find like an extension activity for him because he usually like works through things a little bit faster. And I thought this was perfect because we're still using like the paper folding skills and like the bone folders. Yeah, so I made one with him and then I was like, I want to make more of these. So anyway, this is what I've been working on. And then my other art class, it's like an intro to art course. They're learning how to do like basic 1-point perspective. So I kind of implemented that in there. So these little houses, which I'll probably watercolor and then use like micron pens to add like details to. So I have like 8 of these folded. So that's mess number 1. And then like the pile of trash that you see, like any art person, any craft person knows like that collecting junk, like it's just necessary. Again, back on the bookmaking topic, I'm collecting cardboard. Okay, back to the trash. I like to collect the cardboard, like the thin cardboard, like cereal boxes. This is like obviously rice from Trader Joe's, and make books out of them. Tampon box, toothpaste, all the things. So yeah, I've got a pile of cardboard trash over here. And here's a couple examples of books. This first book, I didn't actually make this book, but I took inspiration from it for my crafts class for a little intro to bookmaking pamphlet book situation. I got this at a print show in St. Louis, and this artist also uses trash to make books, and I thought this was a really accessible way to kind of introduce basic bookbinding to my class. This one's my husband's little sketchbook. You can see it's got like the cardboard front and back cover, and then there's like 30 pages in here. It's really nice. It's like sturdy even though it's trash. And then this artist, they just bound it with staples. The ones that we're making in my class, I showed them how to do like a really simple binding with ribbon or yarn. But yeah, these are super cute. I love to keep one of these in like my bag. A lot of times on Saturdays, my husband and I might go to like a coffee shop or something and we'll like draw together. So these are fun. Book number 2. This one is not done yet, but this is what my crafts class is kind of working up to. I believe this is a Coptic stitch book. So we cut out all the pages and then divide them up into little sections called signatures. Usually like 4 to 5 pages per signature, and then we bind them together with a needle and thread. It's so cute. And then back with the trash, cream wheat, we decorate a cover. I really like art magazines and like National Geographic magazines. They have really nice collage stuff. So here's the cover that goes with the backing. This is all like magazine, and this is vintage fabric. And then it will go like this when it's all done. I just have to finish the binding and then glue this on. So another pretty easy book. There's like so many tutorials on YouTube on how to make this type of book also. All right, so one more book I want to show you. This last one is called a zine, and these are super easy, super accessible way to make a book. We did this as an introductory activity for the beginning of the semester in my crafts class. So this is a student's work. And essentially what happens is we just use like basic copy paper, and they had a prompt for each page. So they draw and decorate each page, and then we fold the paper and we make a cut. So we cut halfway through, open it up, fold, and then you push the inside together, and then this is the cover. It was kind of like a year in review, New Year situation. And then you've got a little zine, aka a mini magazine. These are super fun to make, but they're also easy to recreate. So if you wanted to distribute these, you could print these out, scan this through a scanner, and then make a bunch of copies of these. These are really popular during like the punk rock, like women's punk rock specifically era. And yeah, I just think they're super cool and badass. So yeah, that's a zine. And then I guess on the topic of zines and bookmaking, I just got this book a couple weekends ago. I haven't gotten to read through the whole thing, but it's Make a Zine by Jo Beal. And it gives like a little context to zines, and then there's some cool illustrations in here and different types of zine work and artwork. Anyway, I'm excited to like finish reading this because I just have started it, and yeah. Okay, I lied. There's another book I want to show you. So my same crafts class, they're making an accordion book right now, and these are cool. So each student got one of these cardboard boxes. These were just like leftover from one of my colleagues. She did a project with one of her classes and had a bunch of leftover boxes. So they each got a box, and they're decorating the box. And then accordion book is when you fold the paper accordion style, and then design, write, create art on both sides of the page. So what I'm gonna be doing is gluing. I've got 2 sheets. I'll just glue these pages together so I have like plenty of pages to work with. And then I'll glue to the cover of my box and glue to the inside of my box, and then you can open it up and display it. It's a really cool like 3D version of a book that you can display like very sculpturally. So very excited to make one of these myself. This one's the one that I've like started prepping. All right, so the next hobby that I recently got into has been beading. My mom loves antique stores, thrift stores, estate sales. Like, she loves junking. And she got this for me a while back. I don't know if like, I'll pan over. Some of these beads I've bought recently, but a lot of these are just like vintage knickknacks and things. So what I started doing is creating like bag charms. I've given all the ones I've made away, so I can't show you, but I've got quite the collection of beads. I've got a few more cases of beads up here too. But can you tell me, like, why are beads so expensive? Like, that was something I don't think I fully expected when I started this, was just how expensive beads are. Anyway, I had to get a lot of this from Michael's, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't love Michael's. Like, they're so expensive. But I'm new to this area. I'm new to St. Louis, and so that's the closest craft store to me. And then, you know, Hobby Lobby, we all know about Hobby Lobby. Anyway, I got this little, it's like a paint palette tray. This is for your water, and then I guess mixing all your colors. But I think it's really great when I'm like working on a beading project, because the wells have like a curved edge. So if I'm working with like really small beads, it's nice because I can like pick them up with my finger really easily. And then the centerpiece, I've got these miniature like set of pliers, and those are perfect for that. So those are the beads. And if anybody wants a tutorial on any of this, like, let me know. I'm not, like, I would say I am a jack of all trades, master of none. Like, I am not an expert in any of these things, but I have dabbled in a lot of different mediums. But yeah. Also, my desk, we've got these screens. These are for paper making. I haven't made paper in a long time, but since I'm like in the bookmaking realm at the moment, I might make some paper. That's always really fun. All right, next hobby is leather making. So leather making is more of my husband's hobby, but it's kind of leaked into my life now. So around Christmas time, the other art teachers in my department, I'm new to this school district, and I'm in the department of all girl art teachers, and we're just like, we're the best vibe. They're just amazing. That's all. Anyway, so every year they have always like drawn names, and then instead of like buying a gift, you can either like make a gift or thrift a gift. So I got Amanda, and so I chose to make her a little pencil pouch. And I found, these are like the leather scrap remnants. I don't have the pencil pouch, obviously, because I gave it to her. But I chose this like emeraldy green leather, and it's got this pretty turquoisey blue. Our school colors are green, so I thought that'd be fitting. And then I bought this pattern template off of Etsy. It was pretty cheap. I don't remember how much, but it was very cheap. And I have never done leather making before in my life, but I'm lucky because my husband is already into this hobby. We had like all the tools, but this was a very easy, beginner-friendly project to work on. So this was the paper pattern. This was the color of leather I chose, and that was really fun. Okay, I actually do have one more craft. I'm not a knitter, but I'm learning to knit on a loom, because I'm going to be teaching my students how to do this, and this is my first time doing it. One of my colleagues showed me how to do this. So we're going to be making knitted hats on a circle loom. These are the colors I chose because I thought they looked like moss, and like how adorable would it be to be wearing like a mossy looking hat on your head. So loom, and then whatever this tool is, it's a lifesaver. So obviously I have not finished my hat yet, but I'll get back with you when I have. That's pretty much all of the things I'm working on at the moment. So yeah, but there's an honorable mention. So supplies that I've enjoyed working with lately. First are these swirl colored pencils by Crayola. These were at my local grocery store. If you're from St. Louis, they were at Deerberg's. Like, why did this grocery store have colored pencils? I don't know, but I love them. So this was me just like playing around with the colors in my sketchbook. So when you continue to draw with them, they change colors as you go, and I think that's super fun. So I really enjoyed these. And then I think gel pens. I've been really into gel pens the last few months. And I like these. What are these called? Hybrid Dual Metallic Pens by Pentel. Yeah. They're just so juicy. I love them. So gel pens and colored pencils. I'd say those are my two favorite supplies right now. So that's it. Let me know if you want any tutorials or my input on anything like art and craft related.